Koalas are already a threatened species on Australia's east coast, but wildlife experts are now warning that urban development is putting the animals in serious danger. As the ABC's Four Corners programme will reveal tonight, several leading vets and wildlife organisations say high-rise developments up and down the eastern coastline are culling the koala population. Mike Drinkwater, the curator at Wildlife Sydney, agrees.
Look, Ros, we're very, very concerned about it. Basically, if we look at where koala habitat has lied historically, it's right up and down that eastern strip of Australia. And of course, that's where all of us humans like to live. It's the most populated region in Australia. And what we now know is that the koala population has been reduced to less than half of its former area. And then when we look at this half that's left, it's been awfully fragmented. So we need to have a good look at the planning process and the planning processes that are put in place when we're looking at future development, because basically none of these areas have been left linked, and therefore we leave koalas isolated, which puts an awful amount of pressure on them.
Developers, though, say that they make every effort to relocate koalas affected by their work. Is relocation an effective solution?
Look, historically, relocating koalas is a very, very difficult thing to achieve successfully. I would say that the more important thing that we need to do is think about how we link bushland and how we provide corridors in and around development for koalas to move freely, and not expect them to have to cross roads and the like, which a lot of them meet the grief that way.
There are parts of Australia, though, where koala numbers are healthy. Kangaroo Island is one place, for example. So really, are there realistic concerns that koalas might disappear?
Look, yeah, there really is. I mean, the koala is, one of Australia's most iconic species. It's a true ambassador for Australia. If we look at it this way, in the early part of the century, there was a very, very large fur trade with koalas. That meant their numbers plummeted down to a very, very disastrous level, and there was absolute public outrage. And it wasn't until there was this public outrage that our leaders made decisions to protect these koalas and outlaw the fur trade. This saw koala numbers return. Now, essentially, we're looking at doing the same thing now, only this time we're not using guns, we're using bulldozers.
Mike Drinkwater, thank you.
Thanks, Ros.